Alright guys, we're here with Trevor, aka Archangel Yugioh. He just won our locals tonight with tearlaments.
Yeah.
Tearlament's best act.
Facts. Shoutouts to all the bad players for not playing me, because I had fucking 5 rounds in a row where I was like, what the fuck am I doing? But yeah, so I said it in my last tearlament deck profile, pre-ban list, that you could either spend like $1,000 on the second best deck, or just have all the cards already for the best deck. So we decided to go with that again. And for monsters, it's kind of boring. It's just 3 Reinhardt, just because you want to mill it. It's good to draw as well. Also, it's ulti, so I gotta play it as many as I can. The world's saddest tier engine.
All 3 of them.
all 3. We gotta max out. We really want the consistency. Speaking of maxing out, 2 tier cash because I can't find my 3rd one. And 2 Fenrir because I can't afford a 3rd one. So that's that. And then more 2 ofs, 2 Diviner because it's 5 normal summons, and the math adds up, I think. Also, you can bring it back with Dugara, so it's not the end of the world. Unban Elf, please, smile. Ishizu stuff, we don't play Mudora. Mudora sucks. If you draw, like, this and this, you win. If you draw this and this, you also win. If you draw this by itself, you're just bad. 1 Squamata and 1 Beast. TCG player near mint Squamata that I found under my bed. And then the Beast, just because, you want to see them. The worst card in the deck is 3 King of the Swamp, because whenever you play against Kashtira, they know how to Rise Heart banish your Poly, which is really cool. But you kind of need to do it to make any cool lines, so unfortunately we are playing it. 3 Kaijus in the main, just because I don't like decks that lose to Kaijus, so a Rise Heart pass, even Cyberse decks with a rival Cyberse. It's just kind of free, and it's a Dark Fiend, so you can make Mud Dragon with it, which is really good if you mill it. Over Gamma Seal, just because the Dark part comes up a lot more than the Aqua. 3 Tearfield spell, and the Terraforming, just because this card's still really good. A lot of people don't think that you're fusing and shuffling back as much, so they don't have to worry about this popping. But just the boost and the popping, everything comes up every turn, and it just starts overwhelming them if they don't respect it. 3 Scream, just because you want to have a lot of good mills and a lot of good draws to pitch off the Reinhardt. The 3rd one, and even the 2nd one, gets sided out a lot sometimes, especially going 2nd, but you do want to just max out game 1. A couple of 1-ofs are Heartbeat and Grief. I saw some people playing Grief, and I wanted to try it. It is actually, not awful, but sometimes you do just get stuck with, a weird combination of monsters on your field, and it can be a bit weird. Heartbeat is awkward. There were some times where I had to set my own back row and then Heartbeat it just to get some plays going. So, -3 to search Reinhardt was funny. Came up a few times. Probably wouldn't cut it just because it can out Fountain, because it's non-destruction removal, stuff like that. 2 Foolish Goods, because it's hard once per turn, but seeing it is nice. I'm not playing Triva Karma, because it hasn't come in the mail yet, and I don't know if I would, because I realized it can't search the, this guy that I also didn't have, but I pulled from prizing, because we're just nice like that. And then 1 Instant Fusion. If you're not playing this in Tearlament, you're bad. This card makes Mud Dragon, which is a level 4. It's a fusion, so it turns all your tier effects live in graveyard. It's so free. 1 Poly, because I like Guardian Chimera. Drawing cards is lit. 3 Book of Moon, because a Rise Heart pass is cringe. 2 Salad and 1 Mayonnaise. Shoutouts to Robert for inventing those names.
Let's go.
Mayonnaise is insane because you just book the Unicorn or the normal summon level 2, and you're chilling. X deck is 15 1-ofs because we don't respect our Kashtira opponents. 1 Clyda, 1 Rukalos, and 1 Grapha. This is better than this now, just because of things like Evenly. Rukalos, theoretically, if they have Nib, it can out it permanently, but this just gets you the advantage of being able to pitch a monster, and also it's just an Omni Negate for normal spell traps, which is really nice. 1 Lubellion. This guy is if you start banishing some of your tier names, this guy can put him back, and he acts as an extra fusion body on the board for Poly into Dragos to Pele, so it gets you an extra piece of interaction if you make him. Usually means you have to mill 2 King of the Swamps, but it does come up a lot. Just being able to get them back into rotation and get banished tier names back in rotation. I didn't realize that if you use this effect, you're locked into fusion for the rest of the turn until afterwards, but I don't think it came up, so just make sure you pay attention to that.
So you may or may not have cheated to win.
I didn't think it mattered, but maybe. Whoa, cut that. My Kasi ID is Dragos Depalia. Shoutouts to the common. Had that since day one since I got the deck. One Winda. Shoutouts to Winda for carrying. One Guardian Chimera. Shoutouts to Guardian Chimera for being the least summoned monster match deck because Poly just exists in the vacuum. Mudragon because it's a good card and I like to be able to instant fusion. This was originally dark, but then I realized that you're making Mudragon almost all the time, and making it Earth to take your opponent's Fenrir is really cool. I'd probably go back to dark thinking about it now, just because of Sprind. But if you're playing like a better generic Link 2, then I think Asa's fine. Lambda should be Barricade Board Blocker, but I couldn't find mine. But this came up a bit, just making people think I had Gamma, so they played around it for no reason, which was funny. Sprind, this card doesn't come up anymore. You're not playing the Dracossack stuff, so you're not ending on an XZ consistently for the interruption. And the only level 2 you're playing that is sticking around as a level 2 is the Merly. So you have to do a weird line where you like Merly into this, and then you're one Keldo back to Merly. It can theoretically come up, but it is kind of awkward. Or you can go -3, make land into it. Xyz, Dugares, Reader, Zeus. Baguska sucks, I cut it for Dugares. Dugares is insane. And then Barone because you're on Diviner. And then side deck is just 3 Bestials for things like Mathmech. 3 Cosmic for Runic. Change of Heart for Kashtira. 3 Super Poly for Kashtira. And it can come up against Branded, but no one's playing Branded anymore. Gamma for Kashtira. And like any shifter deck, mostly. And then the one Scattershot, because there's like a really funny combo you can do where if there's less than 5 minutes on the clock, you can do 7,500 damage. And it's just a really good extender, you know? But yeah, that's it.
Cool. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.